Tony Perkins, president of the Family Research Council, is calling out Joe Biden's unilateral executive orders and floating what long-term leadership role former President Trump may be able to have going forward. One America's John Hines reports.
From your perspective, what are your concerns with the nascent Biden administration at this point?
Well, it looks like this president is going to act unilaterally, not working with Congress to move forward with a number of his radical proposals. I mean, we've already seen him transgendering our military, our public schools. We see him taking great efforts to try to force taxpayers into partnership with the abortion industry and reversing the Mexico City policy. But here's a part of the good news is the Trump administration was so thorough in their policies and their rulemaking that it's going to take some time for Joe Biden to legally unwind a lot of what the previous administration did. And fortunately, we have a number of Republican state attorneys general who are watching to make sure that this administration does it by the book, and they do it lawfully if they're going to overturn the policies of the previous administration.
Tell me more about what some of these attorney generals are doing to maybe push back against the Biden administration, a lot of these issues that are important to evangelicals.
I've actually spoken to a number of these attorneys general who are working to do two things. One, for instance, on some of the border issues where the Biden administration completely reversing border security issues, negating agreements and contracts that were already in place with the states. So they are obviously defending the rights of the states to hold the federal government accountable to the agreements that had been made. But also, they're playing a very important role. The other thing that's interesting on this, John, is that you go back 4 years and you read some of the headlines and the criticisms of Donald Trump and his use of executive power. In fact, at the end of his 100 days, he had about 36 executive orders put in place. We're at a 2-week mark, and Joe Biden has almost exceeded that in terms of executive orders. But yet the media is pretty much silent on his unilateral execution of the policy objectives of his party.
What's your sense of the former president? Is he a candidate in 2024, do you think?
I don't know. I think it's way too early to gauge that, and I think the former president should not make that his focus. Again, I think he should champion the cleaning up of our state-based elections and help candidates that are going to do that and are committed to conservative principles and advancing the ideas that he did so well when he was president. I think if he makes it about something that's bigger than himself, he will continue to maintain a leadership role. So my recommendation to him would be, look, you are about something much, this is about something much bigger than yourself. Lead on cleaning up our election system. Champion those candidates that share the values and ideals that you advanced when you were president. And I think you've got a long-term leadership role to play in the conservative movement in America.
Tony Perkins, president of the Family Research Council, thank you for joining us on One American News, sir.
John, always great to be with you.